This game against the Leafs, Ron Finn and Mark Vines are the linesmen. 25-year-old Andy Moog is the Oilers starter. He is 8-0-1 in his last 9. Hasn't lost since the 14th of November in Philadelphia. Great goaltending the Oilers have had from Fuhr and Moog. Tim Bernhardt starts tonight for the Leafs. Don Edwards was scheduled to play, but took a 30-stitch cut in practice this morning, so he sits out. Bernhardt plays, and Alan Bester is up from St. Catharines as the backup tonight. And the injuries continue to mount for the Toronto Maple Leafs. The last time these teams met, it was November 3rd in Edmonton. The Oilers won 7-1. That was the 8th game in a 13-game winless streak for the Leafs, and may have been the low point of the season. It was an absolutely awful night that I'm sure they've forgotten by now. And they start fresh against the Oilers here with Hodgson up front with Marian Stastny and Mirko Fricher. Benning and Kotsopoulos are the defensemen. Randy Gregg and Don Jackson are back for the Oilers with Marty McSorley, Kevin McClellan, and Remo Suominen. A line that's played extremely well of late up front for the Oilers. Here's 24, Kevin McClellan, poke check by Jim Benning. A loose puck for Dan Hodgson. Number 16 for the Leafs, skates to the blue line. Drop past the Fricher, he shoots, and Moog makes his first save of the night and holds on for a faceoff.
And one of the interesting things, Jim, this year is you look at Glenn Sather behind that bench. The Oilers scoring more goals this year than they did last year, or at a better pace, I should say. But the goaltending has been superb between Andy Moog and Grant Fuhr. Glenn Sather, general manager, coach, and a little bit of everything with the Oilers, carrying a lot of bodies on this hockey club. Made a lot of trades, brought a lot of people over. Brubaker, the former Leaf, is injured. Last time I saw him last week, he was in crutches.
A lot of fans would like to have seen Brew here tonight, and I'm sure he would like to play, but he can't. Here's Gretzky coming in with Marty McSorley. Gretzky tried to feed it out front. It was broken up by Toronto. Gretzky out with McClellan and McSorley, but now the change will come, and Gretzky's right winger Jari Kurri comes out, and so does Dave Hunter, the left winger on this Edmonton line. Kotsopoulos, number 26 for the Leafs, hammers the puck on the boards out to center. Kevin Lowe is back for it. He's been perhaps the Oilers' most consistent defenseman this year. The underrated Kevin Lowe, number 4, on the point with Lee Fogelin, the veteran leader of the defensive corps, the 30-year-old from Thunder Bay. Steve Thomas with Tom Fergus and Brad Smith. The Leafs' best forward line of late is on the ice. Here's Jari Kurri, number 17, to Fogelin, moving up on the right side, going in on Thomas, who took the puck away from Fogelin. Fogelin was retreating to his defensive position. Here's Brad Smith, now wearing a helmet and a visor after taking a gash over his right eye on Saturday night against Los Angeles. Brad Smith trying to center with Fergus out in front. Gary Nyland moving in from the point position, trying to keep the puck in. Thomas does. Steve Thomas in for Smith. Nyland breaking in. The puck comes into the slot. Fergus trying to keep it in there against Jari Kurri. No score early in this game from Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto, the only visit of the two-time Stanley Cup champion Oilers this season. Deep in his own zone, Al Iafrate tries to find Thomas at center ice. The pass gets by him, and icing will be called against the Toronto Maple Leafs. From Maple Leaf Gardens, this is your Molson Hockey Telegram. Leafs have played 2 minutes and 20 seconds in the first period. There's no score as the Oilers send out Craig McTavish, one of the few hatless players left in the NHL, with Mark Napier and Glenn Anderson, the left winger, against Fergus to take the draw at any rate, and then he'll probably leave the ice surface. Courtnall is on the ice with Wendell Clark. Fergus will leave for Gary Leeman to join the Hound line that is back together for Toronto. Here's Napier right in front for Anderson, knocked away by Chris Kotsopoulos. Wendell Clark now moves the puck ahead for the speedy Russ Courtnall. Nobody with them. Fergus was leaving on a change. Courtnall scores!
What a bullet.
Jimmy, I don't know how this puck got up where it did. Unbelievable. The angle that it comes into the net underneath the crossbar. Courtnall shot an absolute bullet. that was hard to see from even upstairs here in the gondola, and it was a wrist shot, almost a razor, the old kind of raise shot that we don't see very much of, and an absolute bullet puts the Leafs up 1-0. Top corner, short side.
10th of the season for Courtnall as the Leafs are called for icing. Clark and Kotsopoulos draw assists at 2:40. Dan Maloney's been on him all season to shoot more, and there's a good reason why.
Here's a good look at it from right behind. He used Coffey, or tries to use him as much as he can as the screen. It doesn't hit Coffey, and look at that. Perfect angle. Great camera work, guys. I don't think any goaltender would have gotten that one.
Russ Courtnall missed Sunday night's game because he took a stick in the eye in the game against Los Angeles on Saturday night. He took 5 stitches on the eyelid. He was very lucky. There was no damage to his eye. He said
kidding.
he left the game and he said, I thought, what kind of job could I get with one eye? He said, I was very scared by the whole incident.
Well, that eye was completely closed for a couple of days, but he looks like he's got it back open. He found the target that time.
1-0. Toronto leads the Edmonton Oilers 3 minutes into the game from Maple Leaf Gardens. Courtnall was all alone. There was nobody up there with him. He had no choice but to shoot, and it's a good thing he did. Therrien out now with Dow and Jeff Jackson, number 25 on the right wing for Toronto. Iafrate and Todd Gill, the defensive pair. Here's Gill, number 23, around on the boards. It'll be cut off by Napier, trying to set up Huddy on the point. Puck comes loose for Jeff Jackson on the right wing. Coffey, a good skater, easily gets over to intercept Jackson. Coffey is back in deep, puts the puck on the boards for McTavish. Runs into Dan Daou. Sticks her up along the glass as Napier picks up the puck, number 18, in his own zone. 1-0 Toronto. Courtnall's 10th from Clark and Kotsopoulos at 2:40. And a great wrist shot. Todd Gill for Jeff Jackson. It was reported Jackson was on his way to St. Catharines, but he is pretty obviously still in Toronto. Here's Napier breaking in. He shoots, and Bernhardt makes his first big save of the night. Anderson centering pass. Jackson shoots. Hit Todd Gill in front. Freacher moves the puck to Dan Hodgson. Coming out of his own zone with Marian Stastny. They crisscross to the blue line. Marian Stastny with a shot just wide of Andy Moog's goal. Gord Shervin is number 8 for the Oilers. Moves the puck ahead to Anderson, who's at the end of a long shift, and he dumps it in. Lumley back for Shervin. Poke checked by Kotsopoulos. And Freacher turns with a head of steam. Freacher's pass to Marian Stastny at the blue line. Back for Freacher, number 14. Trying to get it out in front. He was checked by Jackson, who went down. The puck came loose to Stastny, and he couldn't handle it. Dave Sumeiko comes back, fakes the shot, and dumps the puck to the corner. 15:20 to play first period. 1-0 Leafs. Kotsopoulos drives the puck on the boards and can't clear it. Shervin trying to center for Sumeiko. Knocked away, and the Leafs come out. Jim Benning has moved up and has the puck on the left side. Benning can't center against Lee Fogelin, who breaks up the play and sends the puck around for Sumeiko. Can't clear it. Kept in by Hodgson. Bouncing puck. Reacher to the middle. Stastny's shot just wide. Sumeiko starting the 3-on-2 rush for the Oilers with Shervin and Lumley wide on the right side. But the Oilers are offside. Russ Courtnall has the Leafs out in front of the Stanley Cup champs. Oilers have been enjoying life around Alberta. They have played only 6 of their last 17 games on the road, but that ends for a time as the puck goes out of play. The next 5 games are on the road, including 4 in the Adams division after tonight.
You know, historically, Jim, the Oilers have had a problem. They always get so far ahead, and once again, they find themselves 25 points in front of Calgary in the Smythe division. They've had a problem with laying back for the next couple of months. Between now and the 1st of March, Glenn Sather is doing all he can to try to avoid that type of thing. You look at this game tonight, I don't think anybody but maybe the Leafs and Dan Maloney, offside at the Toronto line, expected the Leafs to win this hockey game, even though they're at home. But the Oilers come out and just sort of go through the motions for a while. And Toronto comes out with a little zip. You never know. You get on the board first, although Toronto doesn't have a great record scoring first. 5-11-1, I believe, when they score the first goal. So you got to start somewhere.
Puck is loose at center, and Kevin Lowe will bring it in for the Oilers. Pushing it ahead. McClellan goes after it. Lowe again keeps it in for the front of the net. McClellan couldn't reach it there. Gary Nyland gets away from Kevin McClellan. On the boards, Lowe moves in to keep the puck in. Iafrate trying to clear it. Lowe in the corner. McClellan out in front. There's the shot just wide. Off the stick of Raimo Suominen. A tip shot in front by McClellan. He tipped it right into his legs, and it didn't go to the goal. Fergus with Thomas and Brad Smith. Fergus to Thomas in the air. He couldn't knock it down. Thomas is checked by Lee Fogelin, and the Oilers start out. This is a tough and pesky line of McSorley, Suominen, and McClellan. They'll now leave the ice as Hunter will come out with Curry, and Wayne Gretzky will join them momentarily when McClellan leaves the ice surface. Dave Hunter facing suspension. He'll probably hear tomorrow after a stick swinging incident involving Phil Sykes of the Los Angeles Kings. Wendell Clark knocked down Charlie Huddy, and when Wendell's on the ice, you can usually expect a body check. He's out with Lehman and Courtnall. 13:15 to play, first period. 1-0 Toronto. Here's Huddy with his shot. Knocked down in front. It was knocked down by a high stick. The Leafs will touch it. And so the play is stopped inside the Leaf blue line.
Look at Wendell Clark with a little bit of offensive checking. He really banked Charlie Huddy onto the ice surface and off the boards. The other night here against Detroit, Wendell Clark absolutely ran right over Barry Melrose, who tried to stand up at the blue line and meet him. Those two both from the same hometown, Kelvington, Saskatchewan.
They're cousins. There's a tip in front by Curry, knocked it wide. Here's Wendell Clark. Imagine what he does to people he doesn't like. Courtnall circling, trying to get a hold of the puck. Curry has it with Gretzky going to the end boards. Hunter in front. One time to wide, and the pass from Yuri Curry. Kotsopoulos trying to clear it and can't. Gretzky has two men out in front. Gretzky's backhander stopped by Bernhardt. Hunter can't keep it in against Wendell Clark. Now a 2-on-1. Lehman with Russ Courtnall. Lehman shoots. The save by Moog. The rebound. They score. Courtnall.
Well, it's all going Courtnall's way. He's Johnny on the spot to pick up the rebound off of Andy Moog. And way behind the play, you see the two players tussling with each other. Good job by Wendell Clark to tie up Hunter, who was trying to back check, and there's the rebound. Late man following it up. Shot by Lehman. And top side again for Russ Courtnall. As Kevin Lowe had his back to the play and turned around. Boy, the Leafs are making him count.
The Hounds are flying tonight.
The only problem that they might have now is they might wake the Oilers up. And when you do that, look out. Then they start to work and realize that they're in a contest. What I was trying to point out before, if I didn't say it clearly enough, is the Oilers sometimes come in and just think they're going to win with their talent, and most times they do. But sometimes they need to get behind, or Glenn Sather to be after them to really turn it loose.
Here comes the Oilers' Mark Napier into the middle. He's checked, trying to get the puck over to Jackson. Knocked away. Here come the Leafs again. Stastny with Preacher and Hodgson. Stastny shoots wide off the back of the net. Hodgson is checked. Preacher goes after the puck. And Andy Moog holds it to the side of the net and gets the stop in play as Preacher and Jackson glare at each other.
And Russell Courtnall, 2 goals tonight. Once again, a short side opportunity. Lehman. It was Coffey. I said, look, Kevin Lowe, Paul Coffey, number 7, turned around, couldn't get there in time, and Courtnall just flick of the wrist. And he makes it 2-zip.
Dan Maloney had these three together, Courtnall, Lehman, and Clark, early in training camp. They were together about a week, but he was worried about the inexperience on the line, keeping them together. He says now that Courtnall and Lehman have a lot more confidence, and Wendell's had half a season around the league, he feels confident in putting them together, and he looks like a genius so far tonight. Wayne Gretzky with his team down 2-0. Gets the puck back at center. Moving up with McTavish and Anderson. There's the pass in front. Nice defensive play by Todd Gill as Gretzky was looking for McTavish in front. Marion Stastny's pass into the middle. Here's Al Iafrate, number 33. Has Preacher trailing. The drop pass didn't work. Jackson ahead for Napier trying to break away. Anderson moves in, fakes a shot, then couldn't get around Todd Gill again. Behind the net, McTavish. He's hit by Todd Gill and knocked down. Out at center, Preacher moving in with Greg chasing him. Now Kevin Lowe after him. Lowe trying to get the puck away from Tom Fergus. And the puck comes down the ice to Kotsopoulos. 11:03 to play first period. 2-0 Toronto. If you just joined us, Russ Courtnall has a pair. The Hounds are together tonight and playing well. Thomas with a shot. Over top of the net, off the glass, and out of play. Russ Courtnall has 2 goals. Toronto leads by those 2.
Set behind the bench with Danny Maloney, and the other day, Jimmy, Rick had told me a couple of more weeks on that hand. It was very strange the way he came back and thought he could play, but he told me he just couldn't hang onto the stick at all, and therefore couldn't shoot the puck, and that's what Rick's 5 strength is shooting the puck.
And it's the bottom hand when he's shooting his right hand.
Yeah.
Made it impossible. You're right, the big shooter.
He's not out there to check, let's put it that way.
That's right. His team is up 2-0. Must be Rick Vaive's coaching behind the bench tonight as Thomas tries to come out from behind the net. Was cut off by Kevin Lowe. Semenko with Shervin and Lumley are the forwards for Edmonton. Against Thomas, Ferguson, Smith. There's a delayed offside, but the Oilers have the puck and move it out to center. Dave Lumley to Semenko to Gord Shervin. Just back from Minnesota, where he was traded last year by the Oilers. Glenn Sather has traded to get him back due to injuries. Oilers don't stand pat. 8 new faces in their lineup, not all tonight, but this season. And that from a team that has won the Stanley Cup the last 2 seasons.
Well, that's been Sather's history in the past, if not mid-season.
Shervin with a shot. Rolling puck went wide of the net. The Leafs trying to clear it. Thomas gets a chance to move it out. Rink wide to Brad Smith. Smith with Thomas going for the front of the net. Ferguson front. Tip. And Moe got it. Blocked it before Thomas could tip it in by him. He was at close quarters. Steve Thomas does a good job of breaking in off the wing to the goal. He gets open quite often. 9.5 minutes to play in the first period from Maple Leaf Gardens. 2-0 Toronto on a pair of Russ Courtnall goals.
And he's back out there again.
Gary Lehman and Wendell Clark join him as the Oilers come out of their own zone. A pass that McClellan couldn't handle. Here's Marty McSorley. 2-on-1. Out in front is Subban. McSorley's shot was blocked by Tim Bernhardt. Stood up well, made a nice save. Ramo Subban, number 25, on the inboards for Marty McSorley. Couldn't handle it. Gary Nyland ahead now for Wendell Clark. To Courtnall. Has Lehman up at the blue line. Back for Clark. He shoots. Partially blocked by the Oiler defenseman Charlie Huddy. Paul Coffey clears the puck to center ice. Gary Lehman takes a bump. Dumps the puck back into the Oiler zone. Courtnall in after it, trying to steal it from Huddy. Courtnall's tired. I think he wants to get to the bench.
He's everywhere.
Now he's staying after his man as McClellan now moves the puck ahead. Unable to handle it was McSorley, the converted defenseman and former Pittsburgh Penguin. Now here comes Courtnall again. Slides it over to Wendell Clark. Into the middle. Clark lost it. Katsopoulos shot is wide. Gary Lehman in front. Courtnall shoots. Put it wide. Lehman.
And a penalty, I think.
Yes, I think there's going to be a penalty here.
Against the Oilers by the looks of it.
Coffey on Clark.
I think so, Jim. Boy, Courtnall found himself all alone. These guys had it on a string, tic-tac-toe, and I don't know how Courtnall missed this one, but it is going to be a penalty to the Oilers. Paul Coffey.
You're watching the Leafs on CH. It is Gretzky steals the puck, moving in. Gretzky with Curry. Nice save by Bernhardt. And the puck is cleared out of play.
Well, Gretzky probably could have shot himself, but he decided to try to make the perfect play, and Curry got it. A super stop by Bernhardt.
Tim Bernhardt had Gretzky and Curry coming in front. And there's the great save as Thomas comes back for Toronto. And Andy Moog at the other end has to make a save on Steve Thomas.
We're talking about players playing well. Steve Thomas with 22 points in 15 games since being recalled from St. Catharines. 10 goals coming into tonight. As you mentioned, Jimmy, he can't fire the puck. The Leafs have got quite a few guys now. With Courtnall, Clark, Thomas. They've got guns for shots out there. Of course, not to mention Tommy Fergus. He's been firing bullets lately.
Katsopoulos trying to center it. Coffey cut it off. He'll start it out for the Edmonton Oilers with 6.5 minutes to play in the first period. 3-0 Toronto. Here's Thomas with a shot way off the mark. Brad Smith around on the boards from the right side, cut off by Dave Hunter, who's still out with Gretzky and Curry. Curry now moves up. Coffey coming up as he so often does from his defensive position to join in this rush. and he stops the puck on the left wing boards. Back on the point. Curry shoots at the side of the net. They score!
Do you believe it? Oh, my goodness.
Gretzky tipped it in.
Only Gretzky could do what he just did. What an incredible play. Curry spotted him. We're going to see it from behind at the blue line. You'll see Gretzky come into your screen right now. And look at him. He's out to the side of the net. He really has no idea where it's going to go, but he has the idea in his head that if he just redirects it over to his left, then it may get behind the goaltender. Look at that, between his legs. And Bernhardt has no idea where it's going. It's a bang-bang redirection, and only Wayne Gretzky could do it that way.
29th of the season. Curry and Coffey assist at 14:03. For Wayne Gretzky, he extends his consecutive games with point streak to 31, which is the highest in the league this season. He owns the record
Amazing.
at 51.
Just like a slam dunk in basketball. A play that only a Gretzky can make like that.
The Oilers on the way back. It's 3-1 now. Toronto leading. Who else to get the Oilers going but Gretz with his first of the night. Gretz has never missed scoring a game when he's played in Maple Leaf Gardens.
I noticed you said first of the night. You never know.
Vicky just reached 100 points this last weekend. That is the 7th consecutive year he's got to 100 points, and that's another record for Gretzky, breaking the one he co-held with Bobby Orr and Guy Lafleur. He now holds or shares 37 NHL records.
Something else. Night after night after night, he continues to do it.
He's had a great career against the Leafs.
Sure
18
has.
goals now and 17 assists in just 10 games or 11 games now at Maple Leaf Gardens. 59 points in 22 games and counting against Toronto. Guess he likes to play the Leafs.
No kidding. What's really amazing is it's the mental part of this game, not physical, because he's a great physical player, but just to be up mentally offside at the Toronto line by the Oilers. But the mental part of the game now is probably 60 to 70% of the game, and to be up as high as he is mentally night after night to do what he does is quite incredible. Another guy that does it at the other end of the ice for the Oilers, Kevin Lowe. Not involved in a lot of the offense, but certainly one of the better defensemen in the National Hockey League. He does it all, likes to block shots.
Many observers believe he should be in the All-Star game on the first team with Paul Coffey.
He's deserving of it, no question about it.
Last count, it was Coffey and Doug Wilson of Chicago with the most votes in the Campbell Conference.
They go with a lot of offense in that type of voting profile.
5 minutes to go, first period. 3-1, Toronto leading. 2 goals by Russ Courtnall. Another on the power play by Mirko Fleecher. Gretzky has the Oiler goal, and here comes Raimo Suominen with a long shot wide of the Toronto net. Terry dumps the puck to center. Fourth line of Terry and Dow and Jackson get just their second shift of the night, and the Oilers move the puck in offside.
Look at Greg Therrien, who is having injury problems. I don't know that he's back maybe a little bit early.
Terry has a bit of a sore knee. Mirko Fleecher has a bit of a groin problem too, and it surprises me that Peter Inachek was the scratch tonight when he's healthy and on the sidelines, but Fleecher and Therrien get into the lineup and they're a bit sore.
Well, the new Inachek brother Miro was supposed to play tonight, and they've decided to hold him off until Friday. But as far as we know, Peter Inachek is not injured. And that is very strange. He's not in the lineup because he's been playing well as well as.
Icing call against Toronto. 4:25 to go in the first period from Maple Leaf Gardens. This is your Molson Hockey. Jim Houston with Mickey Redmond and Dave Hodge back at Maple Leaf Gardens. The Oilers only visit this season. They're down 3-1 to Toronto as we get to the late stages of the first period. Leafs trying to clear it. Hit a linesman. Mark Napier in front of the net. Backhander over top. Glenn Anderson now with a centering pass off some skates and out of the goal mouth area. Jim Benning on the boards for Dan Hodgson. He's content to knock the puck down the ice. Hodgson, Fleecher, and Stastny. Out against McTavish, Mark Napier, and Glenn Anderson of the Oilers. Craig McTavish lost the puck to Marian Stastny. Katsopoulos off the boards and down the ice.
About too many men.
Here comes Fleecher to Dan Hodgson. He shoots. Moog the save, and he squeezes it with a faceoff.
Well, the Oilers almost caught on it. They were caught on the line change, but could have been called for too many players on the ice. As they played the puck, there's Alan Bester. He spoke about it at the top of the show. He's been playing very well in St. Catharines. He looks heavier for some reason, Jimmy, this year than last time I saw him. Maybe it's new equipment that he's got.
Yeah.
Bigger belly pad.
He can't afford to be much heavier. He's a pretty small guy.
He's not very big, is he?
Ken Reggett, of course, is still injured, and as we mentioned earlier, Don Edwards was hurt in practice this morning. Bester played last night in a 4-2 loss to Moncton down in St. Catharines, and is up to back up Tim Bernhardt tonight.
Donnie Edwards was up in the booth here with us before the start of the game. He had a vicious-looking cut, wasn't it, over top of that eye?
30 stitches in 3 layers over his right eye to close the cut. Mirko Preacher took a shot that got up and hit him right in the mask, and it pushed the helmet and mask back in towards the forehead, and that's what caused the cut. Off the face-off, Thomas scores!
Another bullet. Boy, oh boy.
Wow, what a shot. Woo.
This one rattled off the post and the crossbar. Right in the top corner over Andy Moog's glove. And Fergus wins the face-off from Gretzky. Look at this angle. Look at that shot. Wow. Perfect shot. Andy Moog is stunned by the way the Leafs are shooting the puck, and it's not bad goaltending by any means. Look at that. He moved. The puck was by him before he had a chance to move. Boy.
4-1 Toronto. Here's Mark Napier for Edmonton. Lost the puck. Gary Nyland will start out for Toronto. Has Smith and Thomas with him. Steve Thomas with his 12th from Tom Fergus at 16-18. Here's Smith in front. He scores! 5-1 Toronto. Do you believe it?
Boy, oh boy. I just saw Glenn Sather look up at the clock, and I don't know if he's thinking about making a goaltending change just to get things changed and shaken up a little bit, but Brad Smith, short side. I don't think Andy Moog saw the puck. He got back into position. See Smitty right there with 2 Oilers. Coffey in front of Andy Moog, I think, screened him. And indeed, we are getting a goaltending change. There's a happy Brad Smith. He's had 4 points in the last 2 hockey games, all assists, and he's had lots of scoring chances. And he finally cashes in. And on comes Grant Fuhr. For a shell-shocked Andy Moog, who has not played badly in this first period. It's 5-1 Toronto. Another look at the goal. There's Coffey right in front of Andy Moog, and there's no chance that he saw the puck. 16:39 of the first period, the goaltending change.
11 shots by the Leafs, 5 of them went in, and it's 5-1 Toronto. Here they come again. Courtnall trying to set up Clark. Grant Fuhr wearing a different sort of mask. He used to wear that molded one. Now he's got a bit of a cage on. And he's been hurt a couple of times. In fact, the last 2 times he played Toronto, he's been hurt in the game. November 3rd, he pulled his shoulder out when he played against Toronto. I'm sure he's hoping it doesn't happen tonight. Toronto 5, Edmonton 1. Yeah, that's right. Toronto 5, Courtnall with 2. Freacher, Thomas, and Brad Smith have scored. Gretzky has 1 for Edmonton. And here's the Oilers off a face-off. Kevin Lowe with a shot. Tim Bernhardt makes the save. The goaltending change has been made. Grant Fuhr is in for Andy Moog after we built up Andy Moog for the great season he's been having. And he has. Things haven't gone well tonight. Wendell Clark hit Lee Fogelin, and Clark's going to get a high sticking penalty.
It was way behind the play as Fogelin had passed the puck up the side boards up by the penalty bench, and he got flattened by Clark.
Just following through with his check.
I was following the puck and not before checking Wendell Clark. Watch here now as Fogelin gets rid of it. Boom. Stick goes one way. Fogelin went the other way.
What was wrong with that hit?
Well, it didn't look like he took any more than 3 steps would indicate charging, but looked like a pretty good check from up here. Nevertheless, the Oilers with the extra man.
Looked like he tucked his hands in on his chest and made a good hit. Clark does that most of the time. At any rate, the Edmonton power play goes to work here. And as you might expect, the Oilers have a decent one. 6th in the league, 24.7%.
That's a high stick against the Oilers. Coming out of the Leafs zone, touched by a teammate, so the faceoff will come deep into the Edmonton zone. Glenn say they're wondering what's going on. 5-1 here in Toronto, a game that we walked in here, first game of a road trip, expecting to win. And as I pointed out, the Edmonton just seemed to come out a little bit flat. They figured, well, we're here. We should win this hockey game. On paper, they've got the talent.
Guess who looks like the Stanley Cup champs tonight, folks, so far.
Well, how about, Dave talked about in our opening, the Leafs beating the Canadiens and then losing to teams that they felt they should have beaten, Detroit, Hartford, L.A. And wouldn't you know it, here they are up 5-1 on the Oilers. But it's a long way to go in this hockey game, playing the Edmonton Oilers.
Indeed it has, and the Leafs have been known to change the way they play throughout the game on occasion.
Look out, boy.
Puck went into the Leaf bench.
And I saw Vive almost try to catch it.
It's dangerous being a coach.
Look at the look on his face. Jeez, I think I better get back in uniform and get on the ice.
He'll be starting to wear a shield behind the bench.
You certainly don't want to be trying to catch that puck with his broken right hand.
There's 1 minute and 25 seconds left in the Toronto penalty to Wendell Clark. The Leafs penalty killing ranks 12th in the league. Coffey plays the puck to Yeri Curry. To Gretzky, who likes to set up behind the net. Anderson in front. The pass knocked away by Dan Daoud. Yeri Curry. Anderson's out in front. Coffey and Huddy on the point. Huddy shoots a weak one. Kicked away by Tim Bernhardt, and he's lucky he kicked it by Gretzky.
Yeah.
Coffey moves into the middle. Gretz is set up at the side of the net. Coffey to Gretzky. Sends it out front. Curry to Huddy. He shoots. Bernhardt makes the save.
It's really quite amazing. If somebody 5 or 6 years ago would have told you that on a power play you'd have a player playing behind the net instead of in front of the net, you'd tell him he's crazy. But Gretzky has rewritten the books on power plays and how to play behind the net.
Paul Coffey with the assist tonight now has points in 20 consecutive games. That's a record for Paul. It actually was when he got to 19, a record for NHL defensemen. Every night it seems there's another record broken by the Edmonton Oilers.
Coffey, of course, the last couple of years has been over 100 points.
The record for points by a defenseman is 139. Of course, that's Bobby Orr's record. And on his present course, Paul will have to go some in the last half to get that. He's at 61 points right now.
Came close 2 years ago with 126 points on 40 goals. Imagine that.
Here's his defensive partner.
Same year.
Charlie Huddy.
Yeah, same year he won that Emery Edge Award.
Yeah. Leafs have outshot the Oilers 12-9. They lead 5-1, but are shorthanded right now. 45 seconds left in a Wendell Clark high sticking penalty. Gary Curry is number 17. With Gretzky and Anderson, Curry moves up. Huddy and Coffey still on the point. Gretzky moving into the right side, checked by Lehman. Huddy comes in after the puck behind the net for Gretzky. Coffey's open in the slot. Gretzky moves out front himself, trying to set up Curry. Curry turns to get away from Russ Courtnall, and the puck is knocked to center. We're in the last minute of the first period and the last 15 seconds of the Wendell Clark penalty. It's been all Leafs in this first period, save a nice goal by Gretzky set up by Curry.
Look out.
Here's a steal by Gary Lehman. He can fly, but so can Paul Coffey, who catches it. Hooked down. There'll be a penalty in the play as Courtnall got the shot. A hooking call on the Oilers. The penalty to Clark is over, so the Leafs will have a man advantage now.
Courtnall once again tried to go top corner, and he caught Grant Fuhr on the shoulder or the elbow. There's the hook right there by Randy Gregg on Lehman, and again, Courtnall coming in as the trailer, and there's Grant Fuhr with that shoulder save. If that doesn't hit him, it's in the net. Watch from behind the net. And here comes Courtnall again, the late man. Bingo. Boy, are these guys ever firing the puck.
1927. Randy Gregg for hooking. Time 1927.
33 seconds left in the first period. 5-1 Toronto. I'd like to talk to the timekeeper. I'm sure they would, and get him to play straight time for the next 2 periods. Leafs scored on their only other power play opportunity. Freacher scored early in this period. Benning moving up. Freacher and Hodgson go to the corner after a loose puck. Marion Stastny is back, but the puck was tipped as it went towards him and goes down the ice. And the first period will end with a standing ovation, and these fans have something to cheer about tonight. The Leafs lead by 4.
Well, they certainly do, and you know, The only thing about it being up 5-1 is they don't want to go into any defensive shell at this point in the hockey game. There's lots of time to go. But anybody else or most other teams in the National League, you would think, well, this one's over. Just by momentum alone, they can stay ahead, but not the Edmonton Oilers. They're possible of doing all kinds of things offensively. I think we're in for a couple of good periods of hockey coming up after the first one.
Leafs outshot the Oilers 13-9 in the first period. They have a 5-1 lead. The Hounds have been great in the first period. Wendell Clark is the left winger in the Hound line, and he'll be up telecast. I'm interested to see how these teams play in the second period. The Leafs have a habit of having bad second periods, and the Oilers' ears might be ringing after what Glenn Sather had to say to them in the intermission. So let's have a look.
No question about that, Jimmy. And the Leafs start on the power play right away with Randy Gregg still in the box. For the Oilers, they call offside at the Edmonton line. Minute 10 to go, and that penalty to Randy Gregg.
Dan Hodgson in the lineup tonight between Stastny and Freacher. They seem to be the first power play unit and are on the power play right now. Freacher scored on the power play in the first period, his 4th power play goal of the season. Iafrate and Benning are the point men. Puck is cleared on the boards. Iafrate for Hodgson, keeping it in. Stastny with Freacher going to the end boards. Over checking is Kevin Lowe. Couldn't get it underneath him as he fell. Freacher takes over to Iafrate. Over to the other side to Jim Benning. Takes a shot. Bounces right into Fuhr. It's loose at the side of the net. Leif Vogelin clears it to the boards. Benning has moved in deep to Hodgson. Back to Benning on the end boards for Freacher. Tipped out front and cleared away by Fuhr to Kevin Lowe. And Lowe hammers the puck down the ice with 35 seconds left in the Randy Gregg minor penalty for hooking, handed out late in the first period. Leafs with a commanding 4-goal lead. Here's Freacher trying to make some moves on Huddy. Stumbles, and Huddy comes up with a puck. Clears it. Not out at the line. Iafrate keeps it in. Coffey missed it as it bounced over his stick. The Oilers are able to clear it now with just 10 seconds to go in the Randy Gregg penalty. Iafrate chased by Craig McTavish. Long pass from Brad Smith to Tom Fergus. He was checked by Coffey. Randy Gregg is out of the penalty box. The Oilers back at full and even strength as Fergus takes the shot off the post. Saved by the Bell.
Another rocket shot from 40 feet out.
Here comes Paul Coffey. His shot deflected by Chris Kotsopoulos into the stands for the stop in play. What a great shot.
Tommy Fergus from about 40-45 out just ripped it. I think Fuhr saw it all the way, just couldn't get there quick enough. And you could hear that one ring up off that left goal post all the way up here. Just a straight rear back wrist shot. Tommy Fergus has been playing very well as well. 7 points in the last 5 games, and he shot a couple of bullets the other night against Detroit.
Mickey, I thought that was his best game as a Toronto Maple Leaf. Unfortunately, he picked a night when he didn't have much help, and the Leafs lost 6-5. He played a great game. He was easily the best player on the ice for either team against Detroit on Sunday. Here's Mark Napier with a drop pass. Anderson's shot went off a leg and wide. Gary Nyland clearing, not out. Randy Gregg keeps the puck in for the Oilers. McTavish is after it. Anderson's out front. McTavish trying to get it to Napier. Napier on the inboard. Shovels it over for Anderson. Broken up by Kotsopoulos. He clears it and can't get it by Don Jackson. Now Gary Nyland will bring it up out the middle. Brad Smith going into the right side. Steve Thomas on the left, and he shot it off an Oilers stick into the stands. In a recent game, Grant Fuhr, Mickey, was hit in the face by a Willie Plett shot, and he used to wear that molded mask right tight to his face, but after that shot, he changed to this one.
Well, that's the kind of mask that Edwards was hit with as well. Sometimes they can even get problems with that wire. It gets, I guess it gets worn down, a little bit weak, and the way they're shooting the puck today, that wire can even be broken or pushed back and hurt the face. But certainly it's a lot safer, I think, than the facial type that's tight to the face.
I think Murray Bannerman in Chicago is the only man still wearing the molded face mask now.
What'll be next?
Visors.
I was going to say.
There's a lot of players in the game with them tonight. Tom Fergus is wearing one for the first time. So is Randy Gregg, who had a broken nose earlier this season. Here's Jeff Jackson, number 25, with Dow and Therrien on the ice for the Leafs. They were used sparingly in the first period. Ramos Suominen with Kevin McClellan and Marty McSorley are the Oiler forwards. Suominen goes around Gill in alone. He shoots. Went over top of the shoulder of Tim Bernhard and wide of the net.
Boy, he was allowed to waltz right in there. I don't know how the Leafs didn't get a piece of Suominen.
Went right around Todd Gill.
Bad defensively that time, the Leafs were.
Jeff Jackson for Todd Gill. Ahead for Russ Courtnall. Moving in. Tried to make a move on Kevin Lowe and lost the puck. Centering pass from Jackson is scooped up by Marty McSorley. Former defenseman was back helping out the Blue Liners. Now Marty McSorley coming out on the left wing. 22-year-old Hamilton native drops it for McClellan. His shot wide of the net and out of play.
I think that, Jimmy, excuse me, that one may have gone off the crossbar right up into the crowd.
It's a hard shot.
The reason, Jay.
Let's have another look at the McClellan shot. Did it hit the crossbar or did it not? Yes, it did.
Yeah, it did.
Right off the point. Boy, I tell you, these guys are firing the puck. I can't believe in one hockey game so many bullet-like drives.
Great shots tonight.
Gee.
Most of them by the Leafs, and they lead 5-1 in the second period. Played almost 4 minutes. The Hounds are on the ice again. Courtnall, Clark, and Lehman for the Toronto Maple Leafs against Hunter, Gretzky, and Curry. Coffey is in deep. Lehman trying to kick the puck loose on the boards, kept in by the Oilers. Here's Jim Benning. Round on the boards. Huddy has moved in on the right side. Bumps on the boards with Wendell Clark, and the puck comes out for Lehman. Ooh, look what I got. He accidentally took the pass. Now Lehman in front. Is checked by Hunter and threw him into the boards. Kotsopoulos from the point shoots. Nice save by Fuhrer. Kicked it right to the line. Benning keeps the puck in. Unable to clear it. Clark can't get the shot away as Coffey tried to clear it. Clark held off Coffey and made the one-handed pass, but an Oiler picked it off.
Clark just about leveled Huddy.
He did knock him down. Wendell Clark. Sure notice his presence now that he's back in the lineup. Here's Wayne Gretzky. Back pass for Anderson. Drop pass for Coffey. Into the middle. Sets up Curry at the side of the net. Gretzky, one shot, two shots. They score!
I think it's Gretzky, Jim. I don't know that anybody got to it. He just rammed it into the crease and hoped it would go in off somebody, namely the goaltender, and I think it did. There's the setup, the tic-tac-toe play right there. Gretzky hit the outside of the net. He sees Anderson. He tries to jam it right in front. That hits Bernhardt in the right pad and trickles between his legs over the line. When in doubt, shoot it at the net.
You're not supposed to be able to score from there.
He is. When in doubt, put it at the net. You never know when it's going to go in. And now a 5-2 hockey game. Let's see what happens from here. The Oilers get it rolling.
Curry and Coffey assists on the 30th goal of the season by Wayne Gretzky and his 105th point at 4:58. 5-2, Toronto leading. Mere mortals can't score from that angle.
We got coincidental penalties coming up here to Jackson and Hodgson behind the play. Denny Morrell whistles it down as the Oilers were on the attack again. Jackson and Hodgson tangled way behind the play.
Danny Hodgson might need a stepladder if he's going to go after Don Jackson.
Yeah.
You're watching the Leafs on CHCH.
Slashing is the call to both Hodgson and Jackson. But we don't play shorthanded with the new rule this year. Still 5 skaters.
Many call it the Edmonton rule. Appropriate that they're in town then tonight. We'll continue to play at full and even strength. 5-2, Toronto leads as Mark Napier skates down the right wing in front to Anderson. His backhander is over top of the net. He was in alone. Glenn Anderson. Fergus drops the puck off, but Anderson picked it up. Here's Glenn Anderson, number 9. McTavish goes for the front of the net. Shot wide by Anderson as the Oilers seem to be alive now.
Here they come.
Steve Thomas coming back for Toronto. Checked at the line by Kevin Lowe. Fergus barges in there. Puck is in the skates on the boards. Nobody seemed overzealous going after it on the boards. And finally, Denny Morrell whistles a stop to the play. 13:54 to go second period.
Glenn Anderson, number 9, starts to cut. Boy, has he got a set of wheels on him. He can make a lot of things happen with the great speed that he has. He just served a 6-game suspension And it's his second game back. Here's a backhander I don't think that Bernhardt got a piece of. He just jacked it right up over top of the bar. And here he comes again a moment later.
Shot it wide.
Fires that one across the front of the net. Boy, he can make a lot of things happen with that great speed. Something like yourself, Jimmy.
Great. Yeah, sure. Thanks a lot, Nick. Here's Steve Thomas trying to stuff one in. Almost did it. Grant Fuhrer made a nice save, getting his leg to the post. Shot by Fergus. Blocked by Fuhrer. As the Leafs come back, this line of Fergus, Thomas, and Smith has been the Leaf best over the last week.
That was a big stop right there on Fergus.
Here's Charlie Huddy breaking in. Nice play by Al Iafrate defensively. Great chances at both ends. Fergus ahead now for Thomas. Broken up by Huddy, who was back. Here comes Fergus again. Moving towards the net. Goes to the right boards and holds up. On the end boards, Brad Smith will go after it. Takes a hit from McClellan. McClellan broke his stick. McSorley trying to move it out. He takes a hit from guess who? Wendell Clark's back on the ice. Then he knocked down his man. Here comes Wendell Clark. Down the right side. Fogelin to beat. There's the shot. And a good one was blocked by Grant Fuhrer. Another shot stopped by Fuhrer. It appears the Leafs have not come out flat in this second period.
We've got some hockey coming here. Wide open river hockey here in the second period.
Sumanen on Katsopoulos. Katsopoulos clears it not out. Curry keeps it in. To the end boards. Gretzky behind the net. Couldn't come up with a puck. And the speedy Russ Courtnall starts out. Clark and Lehman with him. Lehman couldn't handle the pass and it drifts deep into the Oilers zone. 5-2, Toronto leads. 12.5 minutes to play second period. Dave Hunter at center with Gretzky and Curry. The shot is deflected by Iafrate. Gretzky on the boards to Curry. It's behind him. Lehman scoops it up. Gary Lehman ahead for Russ Courtnall. Nice move. 2-on-1, 3-on-1. Courtnall to Lehman. He shoots. Nice save by Fuhrer. What action. Here comes Gretzky. Right across the crease. End-to-end action as the Leafs shoot it down. Courtnall's going after it. Fuhrer will play the puck. Fuhrer clears the puck around on the right wing boards. Dave Hunter is there. Ahead for Coffey. Off his skate. Charlie Huddy follows up. Huddy tried to drop it off. It was stolen, but the Oilers get it back. Gretzky right in front. Off the post. What a deceptive little move by Gretzky. At the side of the net, Iafrate takes the puck and dumps it down the ice. Fuhrer will come out to play it again with 11:20 to play in a wide open second period. It's 5-2 Toronto. Dandau out now with Freacher and Stastny. Dave Hunter at the end of a long shift drops the puck off to Coffey. Up the middle to Curry. This line takes long shifts, don't they? Curry, Gretzky, and Hunter.
Gretzky's just hiding out there right now.
Dandau couldn't hold on to the puck. Following up is Todd Gill. Moving in, he dumps the puck to the end boards. Fuhrer stops it there. Dau's in after it. Centering pass right in front. Knocked away by Charlie Huddy in front of the goal. Dave Hunter clears the puck. A race for it. Benning will get there first. Icing called against the Oilers. What a treat this is. 5-2 Toronto halfway through the second.
Well, here's 99 again, set up by Curry. Watch the move he makes here, Jim. Before he touches the puck, he's already fading back to his forehand where Iafrate goes. He knows he's got Bernhardt coming that way, and he said, if I put it back the other side where he just left, it might just go in. And he came with the width of the goalpost from just doing it. It hit the outside of the post.
Wayne has a pair tonight, including his 30th. There's an intercepted pass, and it's shot over top of the glass by Marian Stastny, who is 33 years old today, the oldest Leaf in the game tonight. We'll take a second to remind you that this telecast is protected by copyright intended solely for the non-commercial entertainment of our viewing audience. Any use, reproduction, or distribution in whole or in part of the pictures or descriptions herein contained without the express written consent of Canadian Sports Network and CHCH is strictly prohibited. Oilers at center ice. Mark Napier knocked down, but the play is onside. McTavish after the puck. Out in front is Napier, and he's wide open right now. McTavish can't get him the puck.
Penalty.
He's checked by Katsopoulos, and Katsopoulos will go for holding.
Yep, he had a good bite on him, and he knocked McTavish down. He only had one hand on the stick, and Big Chris had a hold of him and just knocked him on his rear end.
From Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto,
Well, as they say, one more goal and you're back into it, and it makes it 5-3, and the Oilers have that opportunity right now because of that play by Kotsopoulos, and he did have Craig McTavish all tied up. McTavish will stay out there and lead this power play at center right off the bat.
Fergus wins the faceoff from McTavish, and the Leafs get a chance to clear it. Dow up front with Fergus to kill this penalty. Here's Glenn Anderson to Mark Napier at the side of the net. McTavish, a backhander wide, going for the far post. At the point, Gregg and Lowe are out there for the Oilers. Napier keeps the puck in. Here's Anderson trying to feed it out front to McTavish, and he's knocked flat by Gary Nyland.
That was a good check.
Kevin Lowe now takes the shot, blocked by Dan Dow, and the Oilers keep it in. Napier slides it at the side of the goal for Anderson to McTavish, tipped it right on. He was in too close to do anything but tip it. Bernhardt had it covered. Here's McTavish coming out, trying to stuff it in. Loose again, and Anderson couldn't get it in front on the pass from Randy Gregg. From the point, Kevin Lowe lost it to Dow. Dow unable to get away as Lowe covers up immediately, recovering. Oilers making changes. Gretzky's coming on the ice. A minute to go in the penalty to Kotsopoulos.
Offside.
And the Oilers are offside.
It was almost not a delayed offside, but it was a delayed offside to the point where the puck went behind Anderson. He was over first, and then the puck came over by itself after he lost control of it.
Prior to this penalty, Mickey, the Oilers had only one shot on goal in the second period. The Leafs have outshot them 7-1 in the second period. Now it is 7-3.
Well, territorially they've had more opportunities that would show on that shot clock, but they've been around there. They've missed the net a few times, and of course the Oilers known for trying to make that perfect play. Like the Europeans very much, they don't get a lot of shots on goal, but they don't need them either.
Leafs aren't much of a threat to score while shorthanded. They have only one shorthanded goal this year, that by Greg Terrien. Here's Curry now coming in on the Oiler power play to Wayne Gretzky. Suominen breaking for the net. Gretzky in front is blocked by Tim Bernhardt. Lehman may have got a piece of that as well.
Yeah.
Huddy on the end boards gets it back. Curry to Suominen, scores!
There you go. Bing, bang, boom, and it's in the net. Suominen at a bit of a bad angle. He was off balance, but Curry spotted him. And there was an opening to the right of Bernhardt. You see both Leafs, Nyland and Benning, are on the far side looking at Curry. Now look where they are. To the left of your screen, Suominen sees the big opening and Curry spots him. No chance at all. Nice goal by the Oilers. Power play goal. And as I said, they are back in the game. 5-3 Toronto.
Remo Suominen from Gary Curry and Charlie Huddy. Time 11:19.
5-3, Toronto leading. The Oilers have the only 2 goals of this second period. Curry now has 3 assists. Here comes Courtnall, shoots it, and Fuhr makes the save. Russ Courtnall again to Lehman. He shot it off the base of the post. Benning dumps the puck to the end boards. Here's Russ Courtnall. Lehman's out in front, so is Clark. Clark with the shot, and Fuhr holds on, deciding he better take a break. So the Hounds are all around Grant Fuhr again.
To a car owner who cares, repairs can be a lot like surgery.
They said it needed a new carburetor.
So when Jeff Daigle was told he would have to replace a carburetor, it's no wonder he asked Danny Perna for a second opinion.
I've seen this kind of thing before. This needs a little adjustment.
We're not saying Shell dealers can save you a big repair bill every time.
Yeah, just a little.
But that day, Danny Perna sure did. We're proud of pros like Danny. Shell people who help.
Well, as you mentioned, Jimmy, the Hounds again, and there's a good angle look at that opportunity by Lehman right off the bottom of the goalpost. He had Fuhr beaten as they buzz bomb around Grant Fuhr and the Oilers. Gretzky being double shifted now out there with McSorley and McClellan.
More ice time for the superhuman. He might only play 40 minutes tonight.
He's been playing about 30 minutes a game, which is more than normal when they're healthy, but they are injured as well. Messier and Krushelnyski, too, the main 2 that are out of that lineup.
5-3, the Oilers right back in this one. Of course, they were still in it when they were down by 4.
That's right.
Keeping the puck in is Fergus to Steve Thomas. He turns and shoots. Blocked at the defense by Randy Gregg. Fergus trying to center it. Puck goes to Don Jackson. Ahead for Gretzky. Gretzky couldn't handle it. Iafrate checked by Marty McSorley.
Big McSorley lean on him.
He didn't lean.
Here they come.
Here come the Oilers, 3-on-1, right in front. McSorley couldn't put it in, and he's hit by Iafrate. Gretzky from behind the net, lost the puck, and the Leafs clear it. Brad Smith for Steve Thomas, going in on Kevin Lowe, and fell down trying to make the move at the blue line. Oilers clear the puck down the ice. They're on a line change, and Kotsopoulos has to hustle to get back in the play. Bernhardt leaves him the puck for Dan Hodgson. Can't get it outside the line. Fogelin for Suominen. Napier in front. Couldn't bat it out of the air. Couldn't. Kevin McClellan, who is standing there. Hodgson to Freacher. Has Brad Smith out in front. Freacher trying to shovel the puck in front of the goal. Fuhrer clears the puck of the boards. Kotsopoulos pinching it on the right side. To Freacher, centering pass. Fogelin scoops it up there and clears it to center. Suominen almost broke away, but had trouble handling the puck. McTavish goes after it on the right wing boards. Napier's out in front. Kotsopoulos back for the puck. 6:18 to play, second period. Toronto 5, Edmonton 3. Hodgson, Stastny racing up to join him. They almost ran into each other, and they left the puck in the middle. McTavish can't handle the puck off his skates, and Iafrate chases it in his own zone. Checked by Craig McTavish. Somebody else is going to have to get that puck. Except they hold it on the boards and get the stop in play. 5-3, Toronto leading, 5:56 to play in the second period, and time to test you on a little trivia. The members of the current Edmonton team who played with the Oilers in the WHA. Give you a little time to think about that. The only hint that I will give you is that they are not all playing tonight, but they are all current Oilers.
There's a few of them that played in the WHA. Whether it was for Edmonton. How about Semenko played in the WHA, didn't he? I'm sure for who.
Give you some time to think about that one. Meantime, back at the ranch here, it's 5-3. Toronto leading, and the Hounds are back on the ice. Courtnall, Clark, and Lehman. They've been great tonight. Here's Freacher moving the puck ahead to Clark, to Courtnall, trying to get loose. Backhander blocked by Grant Fuhrer. Courtnall again takes a weak shot. This time it goes off the side of the net. Clark centering pass. Bumping in front was Courtnall with Coffey. Here's Gretzky with one man back. Anderson coming up to join him. Gretzky to the middle. He shoots. Robbed by Tim Bernhardt, who made it look easy.
Well, the Oilers climbed to within 2 at 5-3, and now we see Gretzky and Anderson out there with Curry. Let's say they're looking for all the offense he can get to continue to climb back into the game. You know, I think he was looking for Paul Coffey here at one point. Here's Anderson, who forces Lehman to go back, and Coffey's coming in late. But Gretzky noticed that he was covered pretty well, and he decided to take it himself. Didn't get much on the shot. Once again, though, he tried to put it back to where he came from. He faked from the right side over to the left and shot it back to the right.
On Wayne's current, looking at his current point total of 105, if you project that over the season, he would end up with around 205, 206 points this season. He holds the record of 212. As a matter of fact, he has 5 highest totals for single seasons and will likely have the highest 6 after this year. But he could go for the record easily this year. He's in range.
Certainly is.
And it's been suggested he's not having a great season.
Well.
5:10 to play second period as Steve Thomas dumps the puck in for Toronto. Coffey clearing it on the boards for Curry. Breakaway pass for Gretzky. Couldn't hold on to it. Keeping the puck into the line. Curry in front. Anderson to Gretzky. Score!
Oh, boy. Sooner or later, Gretzky and company, and this time it's Curry who makes a fine play at the Toronto blue line. We don't quite see it right there, but he back-checked and held the puck in and caught the Leafs up ice. There's Anderson, who realized he was in a very bad angle position and too close to the goaltender. Now watch Curry come back right here. Right there. He takes the puck off of Fergus into Anderson, and he drops it to Gretzky right there. That makes it 5-4. Somehow it got up between the legs of Bernhardt, hit his stomach, and bounced in over the line.
Gretzky's third of the night is 31st from Curry and Anderson at 15-10. Curry now has 4 assists. The Oilers are within 1. It's underway in the Edmonton zone. Up front, they score! Steve Thomas from Fergus, and it's 6-4 Toronto.
Well, a mad scramble behind Grant Fuhr. See, he's looking the other way. And there's Thomas. Somehow that puck gets something and went right up into the top part of the net. There's Brad Smith is back there and Fergus. Now watch Thomas. He gets loose. Stick on the ice is the key here. I think it may have hit Charlie Huddy and went straight up into the top of the net. That's a big goal for the Leafs to get after it was all Oilers.
Would have gone in anyway.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
If it hadn't have hit Huddy.
Grant Fuhr didn't have a chance at all. That puck was centered so quickly. And Thomas continues his hot scoring streak since his recall from St. Kitts.
Smith and Fergus assist on the 2nd of the night and 13th of the season for Steve Thomas at 15-34, 6-4 Toronto. Gretzky out front. And this has really turned into a scoring fest tonight. 10 goals already. And still lots of time left. 24 minutes in regulation time.
I love it.
Steve Thomas to Brad Smith, and the Leafs are just offside on the 3-on-2.
Yeah, he put himself off. He was a little bit ahead of the play, dropped it back for Smith open, and it was about a step too quick for Brad Smith to get up and catch it.
Really seeing some of the finest rookies in the league work tonight. Ramos Suominen and Steve Thomas came into the game number 5-6 in rookie scoring. Russ Courtnall, Dan Hodgson playing extremely well. Wendell Clark.
It's a good hockey game. Oilers certainly did come out flat in the first period, but the Leafs came out flying. Got that 4-goal lead, and you know, it's not that the Leafs haven't had their chances here in the second period either. Grant Fuhr has played well in net.
It's been a lot of fun. And it still is. 6-4. Toronto leading. Here they come again. 2-on-1. Suominen couldn't hold on to it as McClellan gave him the pass, but he had to put it in the air to get it over the defenseman's stick, and it stayed up too long. Jackson ahead, intended for McClellan, broken up. Marion Stastny now is out with Hodgson and Preacher against McClellan, Suominen, and McSorley. Todd Gill with his shot. Whistles it just wide on the short side.
Oh,
here come the Oilers again. A breakaway chance for Kevin McClellan. Trying to get away from Iafrate. McClellan shoots and scores. Great play.
My goodness, he crashed into those end boards. I think he's going to be all right. But a very fine play, you're right, by Kevin McClellan. This play started out way back in the Edmonton zone, right at the blue line. And there's McClellan. Look at the knee out there. Tries to protect from Iafrate, who's got all kinds of speed. And Bernhardt moved across with Kevin McClellan, and he flipped it back where he had just come from and makes it 6-5. Watch that right knee go out there. And that kept Iafrate from getting his stick on the puck. Nice play by Kevin McClellan.
You know, Todd Gill had moved in from the left side and was caught in deep.
Yeah.
But his defense partner then tried to make a play at the Oiler blue line.
He should have backed out.
Instead of backing out.
That's right. You got to be, when your partner's caught, you've got to play safe and back out.
McClellan unassisted on a great play at 16:48, the 11th goal of the night, and the Oilers are within 1 again.
You noticed, as I mentioned, he went from the one side to the other and put it back where he came from. Don't think it doesn't wear off or pass things on. When you watch Gretzky and company do things like that, all of a sudden guys like McClellan and McSorley are doing it. Looks good on them. They're fine young men.
I played shinny a lot with you, and I still can't score. 2.5 minutes to go the second period.
What's that tell you?
6-5 Toronto. Kotsopoulos back deep in his own zone. Courtnall, Lehman, and Clark are on the ice again for the Toronto Maple Leafs against McTavish, Anderson, and Mark Napier. Glenn Anderson ahead for Napier. Anderson now. McTavish is out front. McTavish holding on, watched by Courtnall, shot it into a crowd, and Lehman comes up with the puck. Gary Lehman, number 11, crisscrossing 3-on-2. A rocket went off the stick of Kevin Lowe, goes up into the stands. 2:06 to play, second period. Andy Moe gave up the first 5 goals to the Leafs. Grant Fuhr came in the first period at 16:39 and is the Oiler goalie now. 2:06 to play in the second period. Toronto holding on to a 6-5 lead. Gary Nyland is back. 2 Oilers right on top of it. Nyland moving the puck up on the boards. Gets it ahead to Steve Thomas. Brad Smith, he dumps it in. Thomas is going in on the fly. Back is Huddy, and he broke the play out. Fergus kept it in there. Here's Gretzky now. Has Curry with him, moves it ahead. Curry dropped it off. Back to pick it up was Brad Smith. Minute and a half to go, second period. Motor City Smitty, as they call him when he was in Detroit. Brad Smith, number 29, knocked down over the blue line. Here comes 99, moving up with Curry behind him. And Dave Hunter, the pass back to the far side to Curry. Didn't get through. Dave Hunter now dumps the puck to the inboards. It goes to Curry. Curry has Coffey behind him open, didn't see him, trying to get the puck to Gretzky behind the net. Brad Smith ahead for Al Iafrate. Thomas moving up with him. Iafrate couldn't get the puck through to Thomas, who was broken up by Huddy. Here's Gretzky at center. A breakaway for 99.
Good stop.
It's in. They score. Anderson.
Yes, it's going to count.
Winning off his body.
You believe? You know, they talk about Gretzky and breakaways and penalty shots, and he's not been successful at those type of situations. And once again, he fakes for the backhand, goes to the forehand. Look at this, center ice, all alone. He fades to his right, goes back to his left. Bernhardt stayed with him, and watch what happens now. Coffey just bangs it. It goes off of, who is it? Tommy Fergus. And went behind Bernhardt.
It'll be Coffey's goal.
Yes, another look. To the forehand. Bernhardt stayed with him. Coffey following up as he does so often and so well. Hits Tommy Fergus off of Bernhardt's trapper. Somehow goes through all that equipment right between the legs. And we are tied at 6.
Tough break after you make a great save on Gretzky to have one like that go in.
You bet. Especially
last minute of a period. Likely go to the dressing room tied unless the Hounds get something going here as Clark tries to center it. Wendell Clark trying to get out front. Courtnall shoots it. Fuhrer the save. Courtnall buzzing after that puck again. Trying to center it to Clark. He scores!
17 seconds to go. Well, you called it. Unless the Hounds get it going, and they did. Almost turning out to be a two-line hockey game. The Courtnall line and the Gretzky line. And here's Clark, I think, is going to get credit for it. It bounces in off of Grant Fuhr's right pad. In the back of the pad, it just barely got over the line. Look at it right there, the back of the skate. 7-6 Toronto. Whew, what a shootout we got.
Courtnall did yeoman's work.
Yes, he did. Yeah. Courtnall almost scored a moment before as Fuhr just got back the other side of the net. And we get an all-out barrage of offense tonight here at the Gardens.
Clark's first of the night, his 12th of the season from Courtnall of 1943. 7-6 Toronto. Stastny with a shot wide. 6 seconds left in the second period, and it's been a beauty.
Hate to see it end.
Here's the horn to end it.
Well, it's not been a long time since we've had this much fun up here, and especially the fans here at the Gardens having fun with their team, although they relinquished a 4-goal lead at the end of the first. I'll tell you what, we're in a hockey game, and the Leafs are not quitting, even though they've seen the Oilers come back and tie it at 6. They get the late one by Wendell Clark to go ahead 7-6 going into the third period.
13 goals in 2 periods, and still lots more hockey to come. This morning wanted to play, but took stitches, and Tim Bernhardt came in, and it has turned out to be a shootout. Grant Fuhrer took over from Andy Moog with the score. 5-1 Toronto. The referee is Denny Morrell. Hasn't been busy as Gretzky moves in. Right in front, they score. Gretzky to Curry. 7-7.
What a play. 28 seconds into the period. And Gretzky drew everybody to him, and Curry knew what he was doing and went to the open area. Hunter starts it out to Gretzky. Watch Curry come in late. There's Nyland. He goes over to the other position, and Curry is all alone. Bernhardt has no chance at all. Boy.
Edmonton goal scored by number 17, Yari Curry. Assist number 99.
They don't come any easier than that.
And number 12, Dave Hunter. Time 28 seconds. Yari Curry.
This is amazing. 7-7 is the score now. That's 5 points for Gretzky tonight, 5 points for Yari Curry, and a 7-7 tie. Courtnall out with Clark and Lehman.
Field goal could win it.
Yeah. Benning and Katsopoulos on the points. Hunter, Gretzky, Curry, Fogelin, and Lowe are the Oilers on the ice. Dave Hunter ahead for Curry. The pass was behind him. Clark chases it into his own zone. Wendell Clark with the puck, held from behind by Hunter. Ahead to Lehman. Relays it to Courtnall. Can't get around Kevin Lowe. Lee Fogelin comes over to get the puck. Clark barges in there, touches the puck, and they call the offside against the Toronto Maple Leafs. I had a chance to think about the members of the current Edmonton team who played with the Oilers in the World Hockey Association. I know there were so many goals scored, you probably didn't have a chance to think about it. You got him, Nick?
I doubt it. Oh, so Semenko was the right guy, but
Hunter and Rod.
I'm not sure which one it was. I don't think it was Semenko, so you got me. Not Gretzky. He was in Indianapolis. That leaves two. It's your choice.
Gretzky played 78-79 the last year of the WHA in Edmonton.
I'll be darned.
And Rogers played in the mid-70s, 74-75. Started his pro career, actually, with the Oilers. Here's the Oilers. Anderson with a shot. He scores. And the Oilers have the lead for the first time, 8-7. What a shot.
Well, I don't know if Bernhardt, that puck took a drop. I don't know if Bernhardt was screened on the play or not. Katsopoulos is back. And that puck definitely dropped on the glove side of Bernhardt. Seemed like he knew which side it was going on, but just couldn't get a handle on it.
Assist number 17, Gary Curry. And number 21, Randy Gray. Time 1:20. Glenn Anderson, Gary Curry, and Randy Gray. Time 1:20.
And it is 8-7. Oilers striking twice in the first minute and a half of this third period. Here's Anderson again out in front for McTavish. Knocked away by Al Iafrate. Marion Stastny ahead for Dan Hodgson with Preacher. They almost collide. Hodgson lost the puck in his skates, but the Leafs move in. Preacher's shot is blocked by Grant Fuhr in a nice play. Mark Napier, rink wide for Glenn Anderson, in on Iafrate. Anderson to the end boards. McTavish trailing, couldn't handle the puck, and Hodgson starts out 3-on-2 for Toronto. A pass to Preacher over the blue line. He shoots, scores! Goal a minute.
Now Preacher clean beats Grant Fuhr on the short side, which is Fuhr's glove side, being a right-handed catcher. It looked like Grant Fuhr was going up a little bit. He had his legs frozen, anticipating possibly a high shot from Preacher, but it was down low. He played 2:05. 3 goals have been scored, and it's 8-8.
Preacher's 15th of the season, 2nd of the night. Hodgson gets the assist. 2:05, the time of the goal. You're right, it is 8-8.
A look at the goal again. Hodgson starting to play out to Preacher, who goes wide, catches the Edmonton defense over on the far side of the ice, and there's that little bit of an opening. Fuhr does not even get a piece of it.
8-8 is the score. Katsopoulos back in his own zone. Steve Thomas couldn't handle the puck. Driven out by Jim Benning to center. Fergus with Brad Smith and Thomas. They're 3-on-2. Thomas holds up. Gets it to Smith right in front. And the net is off its moorings as McSorley wisely took Thomas right into the goal post and took the net right off its mooring.
McSorley doing the back checking he's supposed to do. Followed Thomas right into the net and actually rammed him over to knock the net off the moorings. They could have gotten that puck over to Thomas. I think he was open for a moment. Right there, Brad Smith has to hesitate. You see he was open just for a moment, and there McSorley got there.
You know, Mickey, it looked like Tom Fergus, who's a left-handed shot, tried to turn to go to his forehand to pass it to Thomas instead of the backhand, and took too much time.
Lost control a little bit, and it went to Smitty. But McSorley continued to back check all the way.
Hey, when you work hard and get a chance to play for the Oilers, you don't stop working when you're Marty McSorley.
Right.
Wants to stay there. Kevin Lowe and Fergus on the boards, kicked loose to Thomas, but it was swept away by the Oilers. Here's 99 with McSorley and McClellan. 2-on-1, Brad Smith and Tom Fergus. Smith shoots, nice save by Fuhr. The rebound, almost knocked in by Smith. Jim Benning now with a shot. Fuhr the save. Smith couldn't get his stick on the rebound. Smith was working over Fuhrer. Katsopoulos lost the puck at the blue line, then shoots it in offside just to save the Oilers breaking away. What action!
It's absolutely wide open. These goaltenders would love to say a few things to these forwards and what have you. Just wide open offensively. Fuhrer took that last one high off the chest. A lot of offense. The shots really don't indicate the kind of offense we've had here. 32-22 in favor of Toronto.
That could be the final score tonight.
Gee, no kidding. When's the last time you saw 8-8? Start of the third period down there.
Courtnall trying to clear the puck out of his own zone for Toronto. He's out, of course, with Lehman and Clark. Lehman dumps the puck up the boards. Randy Gregg is chasing it. Icing was waved off. Courtnall comes in and hits him. Takes the puck up. Grant tried to stuff it in.
Gregg is hurt. Well, you could see that.
The play is called, yes.
You know, Wendell Clark rammed him. Hopefully it's just a loss of breath, but he hit him and he crunched both shoulders together on the boards. I don't know if Randy Gregg thought that was going to be icing or not. It looked like he eased up a little bit. Now watch Gregg. He's completely exposed as Clark nails him. There could have been an icing call, but they'd waved it off, and whether Randy Gregg saw it or not, I don't know. Boy, he certainly paid for it as Wendell Clark again lays the body on an Edmonton Oiler.
8. Yes, that's right. Wayne Gretzky has 3 goals tonight. And the Oilers and the Leafs playing in the third period have 16 goals. The record for most goals in a game is 21. The Oilers were in a 12-9 game this year. They beat Chicago that night at Chicago Stadium. Record originally set in 1920. Montreal and the Toronto St. Pats scored 21 goals between them. 1920. You'd have been at that one.
No kidding. Yeah.
Just kidding.
Saw every one of them. Well, as Dave pointed out, you know, a lot of games you get a lot of high scoring, a lot of junk goals, but we have very few junk goals here tonight.
There have been some picturesque goals, some terrific shots.
Yeah.
And some great hits by Wendell Clark. They help Randy Gregg over to the bench. Seems to be all right. Here's Wendell Clark again. Centering pass, trying to get it out to Courtnall. Coffey cut it off. Here's Coffey. Trying to line up Paul Coffey was Wendell Clark. Had an eye on him.
Yeah.
The pass through the middle by Gretzky. Didn't get there. Now Curry in front of the side of the net. Hunter shot it wide. Had lots of time to Dave Hunter, and he shot it wide. Here comes Wendell Clark.
Oh, boy. There's got to be a penalty there. Hunter absolutely nearly decapitated Wendell Clark, and you know, you could see that coming.
That's
a rookie in the league throwing his weight around like Clark is. Sooner or later, one of those veterans is going to say, hey, youngster, you can't do that here every day. Watch this elbow by Hunter. There is no finer elbow in the league today than that one right there. Dave Hunter really caught Wendell Clark.
Well, that's a make good.
Well, you're right. You can see that because of the hit on Randy Gregg, and even though they are good solid hits, they like to straighten a guy out if possible and say you can't be running my guys like that, clean or not. Hunter at the other end before the penalty almost made it 9-8.
Had time to stop for a sandwich before he took that shot, and he put it wide.
That's great.
So the Toronto Maple Leafs go to the power play. So far tonight they are 1 for 2. There haven't been many penalties in this game. Just 14 minutes now. Handed out by Denny Morrell. 8 to the Oilers, 6 to the Toronto Maple Leafs. And the Leafs send out Hodgson, Freacher, and Stastny up front.
Kind of a penalty, Jimmy, that I don't know that Glenn Sather would be all that upset at Hunter for taking, because you see these players take a couple of real whippings from Wendell Clark, and you know, the hockey game of the Oilers, the only importance that is to them is that overall standing and that money at the end of the year.
Here comes Freacher on the power play, trying to thread the needle. Got to Stastny after Kevin Lowe had stopped it. Stastny back on the point. Iafredi's shot blocked by Craig McTavish. Now Freacher on the boards. Here's Stastny bending in front. Stastny holds on, makes the shot. Blocked. There's a big rebound. They score! Freacher!
There's number 9. Freacher retrieves the puck for his 3rd goal of the night. As Fuhrer's called upon to make a couple of saves, and there's the rebound to Freacher. Fuhr got a piece of it. Kevin Lowe trying to play goaltender. He couldn't get it. It was deflected, and it got between his legs. There's Marion Stastny walking in, and that's where Fuhr has to make the stop and gets caught down out of the play. And Preacher finishes it off. Oh, boy. Hat trick for Gretzky, hat trick for Preacher.
17 goals have been scored here tonight, and the Leafs are in front again, 9-8.
Keep them coming.
Here comes Jim Benning, number 3 to center. That was a power play goal for Toronto. So Dave Hunter's retaliation doesn't look so good now.
Right.
Don Jackson ahead to Ramos Suominen. Gets it back off the boards from McClellan. Suominen, poke check. Thomas coming up with the puck, trying to get away from McSorley, and does. His pass to Smith. Over 2 lines, says referee, linesman Ron Finn. He whistles it down.
Smitty a little bit upset, thinking he was onside. And Brad Smith has played well for Dan Maloney. Never stops working, and once again the Preacher 3rd goal of the night for him, the 9th goal for the Leafs. Might have got a piece of Anderson, got a piece of Fuhr, and may even touched Kevin Lowe, but it got in.
Stastny and Iafrate assist at 4:55. Great for the point totals tonight, but the winner of this game will only get 2. The Oilers buzzing around now. McClellan can't get a hold of the puck at the end boards. Benning comes up with it, clears it by Randy Gregg and over the glass. And the play is stopped with 14-11. The way this game has gone, that's an eternity left in the 3rd period. Toronto 9, the Oilers 8. This is a...
Here comes the big one again. Gretzky, Curry, and Anderson.
5 assists tonight for Yuri Curry. The record is 7. Gretzky co-holds that for assists in a night.
A happy little Oiler fan. I don't know that Hunter is being disciplined for the penalty he took on Clark. I think it's just a matter of Glenn Sather putting Anderson out there with Gretzky and Curry to get that added offense.
You come back from a 5-1 deficit, you go for it, trying to win this game. They're right in it, 1 goal back, 9-8. Coffey with a shot, broke his stick, loose in front. Gretzky swept at it and missed. Al Iafrate double teamed and he lost it. Here's 99 in front for Anderson, cut off by Fergus, clearing to center to Russ Courtnall. Courtnall with Wendell Clark to the line. Courtnall's shot is wide. Russ Courtnall has 2 goals tonight, looking for his 3rd. Here comes Glenn Anderson down the left wing. In on Iafrate. Iafrate takes the man, Lehman the puck, and that puck was brought in offside by the Oilers. Looked intentional to me, but they'll leave the faceoff just outside the line. If you've joined us late, don't worry about your eyes. They're okay. It is Toronto 9 and Edmonton 8. I'm Jim Houston along with Mickey Redmond, Dave Hodge, and Bob Goldham at Maple Leaf Gardens. The only visit by the Oilers this season, and it'll be long remembered, I am sure. Preacher has just scored his 3rd of the night. That's his 7th career hat trick, first this season. Gretzky dumps the puck in. Anderson goes after it. Lehman gets there first for Toronto. Hammers the puck out and down the ice. A little too early to start playing that way.
Sure is.
And it's an icing call against Toronto.
It's almost disappointing when you get an offensive rush broken up.
Somebody wants to start playing defense. Come on, you guys.
Right. It's getting into these guys.
Dan Maloney and his club on the 5th game of the 5-game homestand. As we pointed out at the start of the show, they played a great game against Montreal in the middle and won it, but previous to that they lost to Hartford. Then they had the weekend of winnable games and lost to Detroit and Los Angeles, and then come into this one all fired up, and right now are ahead 9-8.
Fergus has won quite a few draws from Gretzky tonight. One resulted in a Toronto goal early in the hockey game.
Curry at the point, over to the other side. Smith anticipated the play and knocked the puck out to center. Another intercepted pass by Iafrate, who thought better of jumping up into that Oilers zone and retreats to his defensive position. Iafrate and Nyland back. Smith, Ferguson, Thomas up front. Thomas has 2 goals tonight. Here's Paul Coffey looking around, finds Gretzky, has a man in front, they score! Gretzky to Anderson. Coffey will have an assist, and how simple it looks.
Oh boy. Nice move by Gretzky, though, right on the leaf defenseman in front of Bernhardt. He knew that Anderson was over there. Coffey gets everybody backing up, and they've got to back in with his speed. See him dump it back into the late slot. Gretzky is there. Anderson sees it, heads for the net. Here's a little nifty move right there. And boom. Not much you can do about it.
Number 9, Glenn Anderson. Assist number 99, Wayne Gretzky.
Gretzky gets his 6th point of the night.
Time 7:23.
Goal number 28 for Glenn Anderson, his 2nd of the night.
Paul Coffey. Time 7:23.
And the score is now 9-9. Pretty amazing night. Here comes Marion Stastny. Hodgson's out in front. Centering pass is loose. Mark Napier comes up with the puck. 3-on-3 to center. Napier dumps the puck in. Hunter in after it on the right side. Now playing with McTavish and Napier as Glenn Sather juggles his lines. Marion Stastny after the puck and comes up with it. He's out with Freacher and Hodgson. Pass to Stastny, just dumps it to center. McTavish is back to 30-year-old Lee Fogelin. He'll play it ahead to center. Benning breaks it up at the line. Here's a stolen pass from Hunter. He shoots it off the goal post. Hunter with a great chance. Hunter again out in front. McTavish couldn't get to it. Back to Hunter again. A third chance to center. Napier behind the net is checked. Kotsopoulos around to the boards. Lowe keeps it in with a shot. Kicked out by Bernhardt. And the rebound was cleared to the boards. Freacher to Kotsopoulos, and the Leafs try and get out. Pass up the middle. Cut off by Kevin Lowe. A great chance for Hunter. Rang it off the post. Bouncing puck to the defense. Couldn't handle, and that sent Hunter in alone. 11:15 to play, third period. Toronto 9, Edmonton 9. Here's Kevin McClellan. Ahead for Suominen, broken up. Courtnall takes the shot. Deflected over top of the net and into the stands for the stop-in play. From Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto, this is your Molson Hockey Telecast. 9-9 is the score at Maple Leaf Gardens. The Oilers and the Maple Leafs. There's been 48 scoring points in the game tonight. Gretzky has 6. So does Curry with a goal and 5 assists. And there's a ways to go yet. Here's Marty McSorley out with Gretzky and Suominen. Dumps the puck in, and the Oilers will change on the fly. Curry and Anderson come out to join number 99. Here's Gary Nyland for the Maple Leafs. Number 2 dumping the puck in. And gets it right back again out at center. Curry trying to feed the pass to Gretzky. Broken up by Al Iafrate. Randy Gregg now over to Coffey. Back to Gregg and up the middle. Anderson to Curry. Over the line, the shot. Bernhardt made the save. Nyland missed the rebound. Overskated it. Out in front. Coffey's shot almost went in as it bounced off a defenseman in front.
What Sather wants right here is that they changed on the fly to get Gretzky against Courtnall.
Here's Courtnall to Clark. Blocked in front. I think the defenseman Huddy made the save, not Grant Fuhr. 2-on-1 for the Leafs. Anderson now with one man back, trying to cut into the middle. Still has the puck. Now he loses it. Kotsopoulos to Russ Courtnall. Ahead to Jim Benning. Courtnall gets it back, makes a nice move, shoots the puck way wide of the net. Russ Courtnall's been great tonight. He's just been flying. Now here's Paul Coffey winding it up in his own zone. Stops and dumps the puck into the corner. Suominen is after it as the Oilers change quickly. 9.5 minutes to go, third period. 9-9 is the score. Freacher spins around, waiting for his mates to get onside. Stastny gave it away to Gretzky. Kotsopoulos is back. The pass to Suominen. Can't get the shot away. Suominen back on the point. Kevin Lowe dumping the puck in. Stopped by Stastny. Breakaway pass to Freacher. Here goes Freacher in alone.
What next? There's Stastny. Pass from Stastny. Freacher center ice. And right between the legs of Grant Fuhr. 10-9 Toronto. night at the Gardens. Somehow it got through there. His 4th of the night.
Stastny the assist at 10:51. I haven't heard this much noise in Maple Leaf Gardens for a while. And
well, you said they'd be talking about it for a while. You can bet on that.
Mirko Preacher really had to turn it on to break away.
Oh, this has been an unbelievably fast-paced hockey game. And the Leafs staying right with the Oilers all the way. Both guys actually caught him, but he had enough time to get the shot away. Fogelin and Lowe. Right after the Oilers had a big rest. So the Oilers have to come back now, trailing by a goal. Still almost half the period to go.
Preacher from Stastny, 10:51. That's 19 goals. Come on, boys. Let's go for the record.
Keep her going. Why not?
You're watching the Leafs. Well, Mickey, who should we go with at 3 stars tonight? The old formula, the 2 goalies and the guy who gets the game winner?
I'd say the guy that kicks the winning field goal. We give him the #1 star.
Less than 9 minutes to go. It's 10-9 Toronto. The Oilers keep coming back. Leafs won't quit, though. Here's Dave Hunter, who's had a couple of terrific opportunities in the 3rd period and missed. This time, he pulled the puck over and back at the blue line, and it's offside. It has not been a great night for anybody who plays defense. The forwards have been turning and swirling and shooting and scoring.
Yeah, well, you know, a lot of the goals haven't been what you'd say on giveaways or anything like that. They've just been really great offensive plays by both sides, making it happen.
Here we go again. Courtnall with Clark. Courtnall couldn't make the move on Craig McTavish, who was back defending and very close to another 2-on-1.
You know what I refer to, and we've seen a lot of games this year and other years where you get a lot of giveaways and sloppy play on your own end. We really haven't had that tonight. There's been a few, mind you, but most of it has just been good offensive play by both these hockey clubs, creating opportunities and making the other guy fall out of position or whatever, and they're making some fine shots. Incredible. Really, the goaltending, even with all these goals, hasn't been what you'd say bad goaltending. Hasn't been great or good, but it certainly hasn't been bad.
Tell that to somebody who reads this in the summary tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Andy Moe got out when it was 5-1. Grant Fuhr is now the Oiler goaltender. He's given up 5 as well. Tim Bernhardt's instead fast going the distance. He's given up 9 to the Edmonton Oilers. Mark Napier dumps the puck in. Stopped by Bernhardt, and he'll hold on.
Mark Napier, the ex-Montreal Canadian, Minnesota North Star. Glenn Sather's been awfully happy with the way he's played for the Edmonton Oilers.
I don't think he has a point tonight.
Well, there's him and not too few others who don't have points, I'll tell you that.
That's why I pointed that out. There isn't many.
He's the only guy.
8:13 to go in the 3rd period as the Oilers start a 5-game road swing in wild fashion tonight at Maple Leaf Gardens. They'll face the Leafs again on February 19th in Edmonton. And after this one, we'll look forward to bringing that one to you on CHCH.
Another Gretzky-Fergus confrontation on the faceoff.
Fergus wins another one to Wendell Clark. Ahead to Courtnall. Fergus was just out to take the faceoff as Courtnall blasts one off the glass. Wendell Clark in after the puck. Charlie Huddy couldn't hold on to it. Courtnall almost stole it from him. Now here's Glenn Anderson with Gretzky and Curry trailing. Anderson ridden out of the play by Al Iafrate. The speedy Iafrate makes nice moves to center ice. Passes to Lehman too hard. It went off his stick and in deep. Coffey trying to clear it. Gets it to Anderson. Rink wide. Curry will pick it up. Turns and goes back the other way with 7.5 minutes to go. 3rd period. 10-9 Toronto. Curry with Anderson. The drop pass. Anderson picks it up. Gretzky's out in front. He was hauled down by Wendell Clark right in front of Denny Morrell. No penalty. Charlie Huddy to Paul Coffey. Oops, lost it. Wendell Clark shot it wide. Gary Curry moves the puck ahead to Paul Coffey. Holds up into the middle. Curry's shot blocked. The second chance. It goes wide. And holding the puck at the side of the net is Tim Bernhardt. 7:03 to go, third period. The Leafs lead by 1. Fergus lost the faceoff this time. However, the Oilers couldn't keep it in the blue line. Here's Kevin Lowe now with the puck. His team down 10-9. McClellan trying to split the defense. Benning got the puck to the end board. Benning ridden out of the play. Here's McClellan right in front. Lumley tipped it. Lumley hasn't seen much action tonight. Tipped that one on Bernhardt. McClellan right in front. Sumanen is knocked down. Lumley turned and couldn't get the shot away. Mirko Preacher has 4 goals tonight. He sent the puck to center and down the ice. Kevin Lowe back to touch it. Icing is called against the Toronto Maple Leafs.
The only 2 guys that really haven't seen an awful lot of ice time at all are Semenko for Edmonton and Jackson for Toronto. There's a Katsopolis body check on Sumanen.
That's how you stop from getting
Sumanen was looking the other way, and there they look at McClellan saying, hey, you'll be taken after my teammate. You'll have to deal with me. Careful, Chris.
Yeah.
We're on camera.
McClellan, Lumley, and Sumanen stay out there. Fergus will come out and take the faceoff. I charted some faceoffs on Sunday night against Detroit, just inside the blue lines, and wanted to see how Fergus would do. He was 8 wins, 7 losses in the faceoff circle, mostly against Steve Yzerman on Sunday night. He's been much better than that tonight.
Yes, he has.
And he's been out for all of the faceoffs in his own zone in the second and third period tonight. Kevin Lowe moves the puck ahead to Ramos Sumanen. He'll dump the puck in. Bernhardt stops it. Lumley coming in after him, and Bernhardt just scoops it right up into the low reds.
McClellan doesn't like to muck in the corners too much, does he? He's got a home down there. And Brad Smith now having a few words with McClellan as they change.
6:01 is the time remaining. Haven't had a goal in almost 4 minutes.
Imagine that.
Here's John Muckler behind the bench with Glenn Sather. Bob McCammon is the other Edmonton coach. Brad Smith and Don Jackson exchanged words as the Leafs made a late change for the first time tonight.
We're going to see something else maybe than goal scoring.
Yeah.
Nyland now and Jackson.
Dan Maloney saying, Gary, get onto the bench and sit down. Get in here. Fergus to take the face-off again against Craig McTavish. Draw comes to the point. Jackson shot it. Courtnall blocked it. And then Courtnall couldn't get away from Jackson.
Got away with that.
Here's McTavish moving in, trying to get through the middle, and he's knocked down. 5:46 to go, a breakaway pass to Courtnall. Jackson coming back. Nice move by Courtnall, but Jackson just got a piece of it.
Good check.
I was hoping to see another breakaway. Here's Clark moving in. Panned on it, trying to take his wrist shot from just inside the blue line. 5.5 minutes to go, third period. 10-9 Toronto. Here's Craig McTavish turning in his own blue line, starting up ice, trying to go around Jim Benning. The pass to Anderson, and the play is offside. Anderson was a step ahead over on the left wing. We'll remind you that following this telecast tonight, you should stay tuned for the Grapevine with Don Cherry. His guest tonight will be Wayne Gretzky's dad, Walter, on the Grapevine tonight.
And here's Courtnall to look at that semi-breakaway. Jackson made a good play here, played the body, got a good piece of Courtnall. That's the way to play defense.
He'd have looked awful foolish if he hadn't taken a piece of Courtnall,
right,
because Russ would have been in all alone.
Well, Courtnall has the ability to turn you inside out if you try to play the puck on him.
He has really come into his own this year. I'm sure there were some people in the organization concerned about his season last year that wasn't great.
Danny Maloney told me last Sunday that for a year and a half he's been working with Courtnall, and he missed 4 games earlier in the year, and finally he came in after missing the 4 games, and he said, you know, for some reason I just seem to feel I know what you've been trying to tell me, and ever since he's just been a world beater.
Hodgson out with Stastny and Preacher now against Curry, Gretzky, and Anderson. The Leafs dump the puck down the ice. Grant Fuhr coming out to play it. Dumps it on the boards, anticipating it was Freacher, but he couldn't cut it off. Puck is dumped in. Gretzky will be in there first. Turns on the boards, trying to center it. Iafrate stopped it once. Coffey in front after the Anderson shot. Couldn't get that rebound. Here's Anderson in the corner. Kicks it in behind the net.
Well, now
Anderson tackles.
Sure was, wasn't he? Boy.
Freacher now, starting out for Toronto. 4.5 minutes to go. 3-on-2. Freacher to Hodgson. Back to Freacher in front. Stastny's shot off the base of the post to the side of the net. And it stayed out. Freacher steals it. Stick handling into the middle. The back pass for Stastny. Broken up by Yeri Curry. Curry now couldn't clear it. Stastny keeps it in for Toronto. Dave Hunter on the right wing with a long pass for Gretzky. Couldn't handle it. Katsopoulos and Gretzky going after the puck. Katsopoulos touches it. Icing charged against the Oilers with 3:56 to go in the third period. We'll be right back. 10-9. The go-ahead goal scored by Freacher at 10:51. His fourth goal of the night. Leafs have outshot the Oilers 37-28. Fergus facing off again for Toronto. Now he's waved out. Steve Thomas comes in against Mark Napier. Thomas wins the draw. Benning shoots off the ankle of Craig McTavish and directly out of play. The Leafs after tonight move on to Buffalo for a Friday night encounter with the Sabres. And we'll be bringing that one to you at 7:30 on CHCH. The Oilers play Friday night in Quebec City. Fergus wins the draw to Benning. Feeds it in front. Fuhr steers it to the corner. Thomas to Brad Smith, working against Kevin Lowe in behind the goal. Lowe comes up with the puck. Out comes Dave Hunter. His pass intercepted by Tom Fergus. Fergus for Thomas. Here's Brad Smith now at center ice. He'll dump the puck in. 3.5 minutes to go in regulation time. Mark Napier moving out at center to McTavish. He shoots end over end off the end boards. Loose puck bounces into the middle. Napier at the blue line holding on to Randy Gregg, just keeping it in. Hunter in front was checked by Iafrate with a stick check, and the puck is knocked out to center. Leafs changing on the fly. Oilers moving in. Jackson, number 29, checked by Nyland. McTavish at the side of the net. He's checked by Nyland. Loose puck picked up by Napier. Centering pass. It's loose. Napier trying to set up McTavish. It goes to the wing. Nyland with another check on McTavish. Jackson a shot. The rebound. Trying to stuff it in with Suominen. Napier checked by Iafrate. McTavish after the puck. Fans are in a frenzy over the checks of Gary Nyland. McTavish to Randy Gregg. His shot is blocked. Leafs better get a face-off. Napier trying to center it. Now they come out. The Oilers are changing defensemen. 2-on-2. Lehman takes the shot, trying to go to the middle. Gregg sweeps the puck away, and then he's knocked flat by Wendell Clark on another great hit. Lehman to Cardinal on front. Clark tried to backhand it in, and he couldn't. 2 minutes, 5 seconds to go. Third period. 10-9 Toronto. Another great hit by Wendell Clark. Freacher has 4, looking for 5. Suominen, number 25 on the boards, to Paul Coffey. Skating up the middle, smoothly on the left wing. Moving in, breaking for the net is Suominen. Coffey holds up. Across the ice, broken up by Stastny. 1:35 to play, third period. Moving up is Huddy. Can't get around Katsopoulos. McClellan shoots the puck to the end boards. Katsopoulos clears it to Stastny. Can't get it up by Coffey. Now he does. 2-on-1. Hodgson and Freacher.
That'll do it. Boy, a beautiful goal by Hodgson on a 2-on-1. The Oilers caught up the ice. Look at this place. Preacher and Hodgson together, and he used Preacher perfectly as a decoy, and Charlie Huddy can only stay in the middle. Hodgson, a nice deke. He freezes Fuhr and beats him to the front. Nice little deke right there. You see Fuhr close the legs and freeze, and Hudson goes to the forehand. It's 11-9 with 1:18 to go.
The 20th goal of the night might just do it.
Unbelievable. Danny Maloney on that bench. He went up in the air. What a happy bunch of guys they got to be. And this is probably the most entertaining hockey game I've seen all season long. And it may not be over yet. There's 1:18 to go.
Stastny and Kotsopoulos draw the assists on Hodgson's goal at 18:40.
The Oilers did everything but score before the breakout. Watch for Fuhrer. I'm sure they'll have him out of the net.
That's what happens when you get everybody in deep trying to score. The other team gets a chance. Here's 99 trying to slide it in by Bernhardt. Bernhardt stood up, didn't give him anywhere to shoot. Now Russ Courtnall comes out, trying to make it a 2-on-1. The play was broken up by Lee Fogelin. We're in the last minute of this absolutely nutty encounter between the Oilers and the Leafs. 11-9 Toronto. 42 seconds showing on the clock. I'm sure the Oilers will try and get Fuhrer out of there now. Intercepted pass. Shot wide by Gary Leeman. Curry feeds Glenn Anderson. Ahead for Gretzky over 2 lines.
Touch the puck.
But they called it anyway.
Yeah, it was a mistake by Ron Finn, and it's going to be a break for the Oilers, really, because the faceoff will come to center ice. Gretzky did not touch the puck. And anytime an official makes an error like that, they'll bring the faceoff to center ice.
29 seconds showing on the clock.
11-9. Who would have believed? Boy.
Leafs with a chance. Ladies and gentlemen, here are your Molson Cup 3 stars. The first star from the Maple Leafs with 4 goals, number 14, Mirko Kreicher. The second star with a goal and 5 assists from the Oilers, number 17, Jari Kurri. And the third star from the Leafs with 2 goals and an assist, number 9, Russ Courtnall.
Once with the Kings 2 men down. Fergus, as the Leafs operate on the power play, losing control of it in the corner, and DeGray fires it down the ice. Iafrate. Oh, almost a careless move there by Iafrate with Reagan out of position, and he tried to dump it back at the net for Dan Foose. Krushelnyski doing a job of forechecking for the Los Angeles Kings, playing a man short. Fergus in across the line for Beach. Beach flips it towards the goal. Bangs to the board. Now it goes back to the net. Beach at the point for Fergus. In back to the net. It comes to the line to Iafrate. Takes the shot, deflected, loose in front of the net, and it's brought out by Robitaille. Or Krushelnyski. In across the line with Robitaille. And Darren Beach takes over in the corner for Toronto. Lead pass for Olczyk. Olczyk working against Kennedy right in front of the net. Lost control of the puck. Kings failed to clear now as Salming attempts to go across ice. Robitaille, who was up on the point, managed to deflect it into the neutral zone. 20 seconds left in the penalty. At the line, Robitaille gets it and dumps it down the ice.
Osborne Olczyk out to finish.